Hello class 6th. I hope you have gone through the previous video in which we have discussed about the plateaus, their formation, types and about the importance of plateaus. In that sequence, today in this module we will cover about the plains. It is another landform and what are the different kinds of plains, how they are formed and how they are helpful to us. Okay, I've also asked you that whenever you go through this video, okay, and you have to open your textbooks of geography and keep it in front of yourself, and whatever points you understand you can simply mark it there, okay, so for better understanding, and you will just keep your learning better and better through these videos and together with the textbooks. Okay, this topic plains is the part of chapter number 2, major landforms. Okay, if we discuss what are plains, if we want to define that, so plains are simply vast stretches of leveled land. Okay, the land is quite leveled without showing much changes in the elevation. That means the whole stretch of the plain do not have much of the elevation. There you won't be finding any plateau or mountain, just a simple plain, okay, planar surface, okay, in a broad region. Okay, so plains are kilometers or hundreds and thousands of kilometers are long, in a stretch, and plains are the places where most of the population settles. If you see where the most of the population on the earth lives, the answer would be plains. Plains are the most favorable place. Why? Because plains have rivers, plains have fertile soil for agriculture, and plains are efficient for the roadways and railways to be built. So plains are the region where most of the population are based. Okay, if we discuss the examples of plain, it would be quite appropriate if I say that we are just living on plains, Ganga Brahmaputra plain in India. That is, our city, our state is situated on the plains. Okay, major other plains are Great Plains of USA in American subcontinent, and plains of the Nile River. Okay, these plains are formed by the rivers and its tributaries. Okay, now let us discuss about the types of plains, how they are formed. We have three types of plains: structural plain, erosional plain and depositional plains. One by one we will discuss it in the brief that how these plains are formed. First, that is structural plain. Structural plains are formed due to upliftment of a region that is previously submerged into sea. Okay, that is, consider this is a plain area. Previously this was submerged into the sea. Okay, and due to tectonic plates movement, okay, this region was uplifted from the original place. This region was upliftment, and due to upliftment the sea dries up and the remaining now part is a plain. Okay, earlier there was sea on the surface of this plain. When this plain uplifted, the sea dried up, the sea has been dried, and now we see the remaining is a plain, okay, planar surface, and these type of plains are called structural plains, formed due to upliftment. From where? Upliftment from the sea surface. Okay, सी से ये अपलिफ्ट हो चुका है और ये जो प्रेजेंट एरिया आपको दिख रहा है, इट इज सिंपली अ प्लेनर सरफेस. ओके, सेकंड वन इज इरोजनल प्लेन. Erosional plains are formed due to erosion. That means there would be some surface with different types of topography. Okay, consider this is the area. This area has kind of small hills. Okay, there are small hills, but due to erosion in hundreds of thousands of years, there was action of river, there was action of winds, and due to this action erosion had taken place, and now this surface has become a leveled land. So this land is known as plains. So erosional plains are formed by action of river and action of wind, which has eroded this place and converted into a leveled surface. Okay, now there no mountain or no hill can be seen. This place has become a leveled surface. So this is kind of a erosional plain. Okay, erosional plain. Now the third one, depositional. I think it would be quite easy. Depositional plains are formed when there is erosion and deposition taking place together. For example, rivers from these mountains are bringing rocks and mud and silt, and these rivers are depositing this mud into this kind of depression. Over hundreds of thousands of years, this depression would be filled. Okay, earlier it was a depression, but now this depression is filled with the soil. That is mud, that is sand. Okay, now this depression is filled with soil, and over the time this place will now be called as a plain. Okay, so where has the material come from? The material has came from the mountains due to erosion. Okay, but after erosion there is deposition of soil, so that is known as depositional plain. Okay, this whole plain is the depositional plain. Plains are the most favorable place, as I have told you, for the population to live, because plains provide efficient agricultural area. Okay, farmlands, big farmlands are there, and if you consider where the most people live, it could be Ganga Brahmaputra plain. Okay, major cities of the world, okay, they are located on the plains. Right? So plains are very essential part of the landforms.